Hi everyone, welcome back to Fragrance Finder. I'm your host Frost Tanner. Today we're going to be going over Teeb Emirates Aventus, aka Yusuf Bhai's Aventus. Let's get to it. This bottle is blended by hand by Yusuf Bhai. I don't know the concentration, but I'm assuming it's an eau de parfum or higher, probably a parfum. This bottle was gifted to me by my good friend Abdul. Shout out to Abdul. Based on what he told me, the shopping experience is exactly what you see in other YouTube videos when people are at Yusuf Bhai's store. From what he told me, the store is pretty busy all the time. He does have employees making fragrances as well, but Abdul requested Yusuf Bhai to make this personally, so it was made actually right in front of him, which is pretty cool. Now this is a 100 ml bottle. It's a solid glass bottle. It's got the Teeb Emirates sticker. They write on which fragrance it's gonna be when they make it. It's got an acrylic cap. The best part about this is the atomizer, which has a really fine mist. So without further ado, let's give it a spray. Now this is pretty much a 1-for-1 of the original Creed Aventus in the opening. It's got a very strong bergamot opening, very fresh. Only thing is, not as much pineapple. Then you get a gorgeous dry down. It's a bit smokier and a bit woodier than the original Creed Aventus, but I would say equally well blended. You don't get any of that mossiness and muskiness though. I describe this the same way as I would describe Creed Aventus. It's as if you're chopping bergamot oranges in a forest on a tropical island, but in the distance there's a bonfire. As for the time and occasion, I think this would make for a great year-round fragrance, just like the original spring, summer, fall, winter, day or night. I think, unlike the original, the projection is a bit too strong for an office setting though. Where I think this is most suited to is going to be spring, summer in the daytime, just because of how citrusy and how slightly smoky it is. As for the demographic, I see someone in their late 20s to late 40s wearing this fragrance. Now I'm going to rate this fragrance in 5 categories. This is going to be how this batch of Teeb Emirates Aventus works on my skin, so the experience may be different for you. As for longevity, Yusuf Bhai's Aventus gets a 9 out of 10. I would say I get a probably solid 8 hours out of this. As for projection, this gets an 8.5 out of 10. It's a rich sillage that definitely extends beyond arm reach, so 8.5 out of 10. As for my personal rating, this is pretty much a 1-for-1 of the original Creed Aventus, so this gets a 9.3 out of 10. I would say I prefer the original Aventus ever so slightly, just because it's a bit more pineapple and a bit more mossy notes, so a bit more depth to it, but this is pretty much exactly the same. As for uniqueness, this gets a 5 out of 10 because of what I was mentioning before on the note of it being a 1-for-1 of Creed Aventus. Now with that being said, Creed Aventus batches vary. This one has a more woodier and smokier flair than my bottle of Creed Aventus. So if you were to get me to smell this blind, I would believe that this is just another batch of Creed Aventus. As for value, this gets a perfect 10 out of 10. Now this is about 120 AED for a 100 ml bottle. So you're basically getting Creed Aventus for 90+% off. And I would go for this over Creed Aventus every single time if I was to buy it myself. Now when we add all the scores up and average it out, Teeb Emirates, aka Yusuf Bhai's Aventus, gets a total score of 8.36 out of 10. Now we've done a comparison video of Yusuf Bhai's Aventus with Creed Aventus, as well as some other homages and clones. So if you're interested, check out the links down below. See you next time.